Hey guys, letters to you on 201. We're getting a little bit of a rough patch. I get to the place where I wrote these 6 months ago. Maybe this was December, so 7 months ago. And and then it feels like, obviously I've moved on. Then to revisit these, so interesting. Just to see my own innocence, um, my pain. So I'm taking a deep breath. This is 201. It's called Second Movement. Dear Ewan, I've been thinking about Tom a lot. When I say a lot, I mean sporadically, regularly, but not constantly. And the limerence is sweet, but I'm quick to ask what love is needed in me. I'm going to be glad to find rest, if I ever do, with one partner. I can see from here inside this trip that Tom is who my body would put even money on being a good fit for me, is who I wouldn't regret being in a culture with 500 years ago where parents picked partners for their kids and it worked fine, is someone I feel safe enough around to need just a little. It's weird because I like the masculinity that comes out of me when I imagine Tom needing protection. I also like the other part of me where if Tom made some decisions for me, I would definitely feel loved and cared about. But the snarl in me comes from someplace deeper where I think I might actually be forming some love with him, and I don't want all these meanings at the table with us. It's like if this was an arranging of partnership, I don't want our extended families weighing opinions about what's right and what's good. I can imagine looking at him and asking, Tom, would you like to write a story with me about us? The why. I am irrationally or non linearly drawn toward you and take such things like mandates from heaven. There's a very delicate line here. If I freak out about projection, then I deny that I'm a thing that is certainly assumably good. If I don't acknowledge that my baggage, my dowry, comes with me, then I'm not being honest. Honesty's biggest advocate is that it seems eerily important to me to actually know who Tom is, not know what he's going to say next. Love him unconditionally. I want to love him unconditionally. Wait, I do love him unconditionally, and I think it was love him unconditionally at first glance. I don't know how it squares with other loves, but my presence demands that truths get to be laid out one by one without having to argue for space in a phantom court. I just read that back to myself. It's a little shocking. I imagine if he read that, he'd be a little wary of my intensity. But if I just chill and let it sit, I seem to love you unconditionally. When the bird flies around that, asks if I'm projecting, I love me unconditionally, like I already do. It's not a goal. Figuring out how to express it is interesting, but that particular struggle is baked in. Part of it, part of loving myself unconditionally is figuring out how to express loving myself unconditionally. Artists gotta art. I took a side quest and started rubbing my dad's feet. He has neuropathy, and I project he needs touch as much as I do. When you're a young person, you don't realize that simple things old people do are really hard. I talked to him about getting more massages. Then I got up to pee and came back and said, all that stuff where I joined a cult and you had to help me, that was just me figuring out how to love myself as much as you do. It's been an effort to love myself that much, and I'm telling you to acknowledge your effort. Thank you. He did this thing where he nods assent and then changes the subject. I like that. It's weird to type out that I love someone unconditionally that I don't really know that well. I ask myself what that means. It seems I'm willing to banish from myself any whispers that occlude my listening. I'm a being who wants to know in the direction of certain other beings infinitely. Infinite, like breathing is infinite, not like Monopoly money. I guess that's what I mean when I say I love you. Translation: I seem to be inured to weave infinitely knowing you with infinitely knowing me, and there's others. On a grand scale, it's like I'm saying, Tom, on my journey to be one with the universe, something deep in me is telling me that if I just focus on you, it's enough. That's what I mean. Is that bad? I love you, T. I love you, J. I love you, C. I've committed to being interwoven with you as I unfold into acknowledging that I'm one with the universe. It's weird with you, Ewan. It feels the same. Even if we never see each other again, I'm listening. It's pleasurable to not know you and still want to know. I feel lucky. My guess has multiple parts, but I'm unfolding into non duality, one person at a time, and there's no urgency. The universe is inherently erotic, so my cock weighs in on who I'm inspired to love unconditionally. It's really scary for me to be seen in this. I quickly imagine being rejected for being honest. It's something about the fickleness. I don't expect people to accept love that I give to others. I'll ask Tom if that's okay. Can I love you if I love other people? But it's weird because my experience won't change much no matter what he says. What could change is how I communicate it. Like with you, Ewan. I just write you letters that you'll probably never read. You said, this is too much. With ALIFTIMTS, I can feel everything in maximum amount, but we can't talk about it. But he'll bring it up when he wants, and we can talk about it then. T and J are so thick with me. We're in it together to the end, kind of like being married. We call it family. I don't imagine it will ever end. Falling in love, tying my destiny to the infinite unfoldment of listening toward another. If this was all I got, thank God. I'm gonna go back to my dad. We're high as shit, and he's watching Richard Sherman analyze the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Until next time, Mike.